to now, every generation basically got cognitively better.
Yeah. Next, our kids are cognitively less developed than we are, but it is just where it is.
Would you accept that if someone told you Gen Z is getting dumber? There's a concept you need to know, the Flynn effect. For the past 90 years, human IQ has risen by about 3 points every decade. Why? Better nutrition, higher education standards. But for the first time, this trend is reversing. Researchers around the world are calling it the reverse Flynn effect, a phenomenon where children today are performing worse academically than their parents did at the same age. This trend was reinforced when a professor at Pepperdine University, one of America's most respected universities, revealed something shocking. One of her students couldn't read a single sentence. Not analyze it, not think critically about it, just read it. This connects to a bigger problem, America's declining reading habits. Because Gen Z is the first generation to grow up surrounded by screens, drowning in 1,000 pieces of information at once. There's a concept researchers use, externally scaffolded versus internally scaffolded tasks. Here's the simple version. Externally scaffolded is when you complete a task with a tool's help barely thinking at all. Like Google Maps, you just follow the arrow. No mental map, no pattern building in your head. And Gen Z, they're incredibly good at this. But internally scaffolded tasks are different. These require memory, reasoning, no outside help. You're forced to think for yourself, and this is exactly where Gen Z struggles the most. This connects to something bigger happening right now, humanity's obsession with efficiency, everything simplified without the process. We used to do math with nothing but a pen and paper. Now, we just reach for a calculator. But don't worry, this isn't entirely bad news. There's actually something we can take advantage of here.
Our kids are less cognitively capable than we were at their age.
This isn't about one platform or one bad habit. This is an entire ecosystem simultaneously killing our ability to think even for a few short moments. In today's world, attention is scarce. It feels like human attention has become the most desirable thing to fight over. Companies like Meta, ByteDance, OpenAI, they're technically in the business of your eyes, your attention. They build systems. They build workflows. But the real product? Your eyes and your time. And in the age of AI, humans are increasingly outsourcing their thinking to AI and other tools. This is called cognitive offloading. At first glance, this seems efficient, but remember, a muscle that's rarely trained atrophies. The less you use it, the smaller and weaker it gets. And here's another problem. The algorithms behind TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, the ones we scroll through every single day, they're built to keep you hooked for as long as possible. And if you ask me, that's not an accident. And this is the biggest reason why Gen Z can't sit through anything that requires prose. In 2025, Dr. Michael Jurlick from SBS Swiss Business School ran a study on 666 participants measuring how often they used AI and connecting that to their critical thinking scores. The result, the more often someone used AI, the lower their thinking ability became. And this reveals something important. There are two types of AI users. 1. People who use AI to replace thinking. 2. People who use AI as a tool to think twice. So which type are you? Does this decline in intelligence mean our brains are technically becoming obsolete? Or are we simply shifting toward a different kind of intelligence, where AI and other tools now carry the mental load for us so that humans can think about more things at once? Because Gen Z is the first generation to grow up adapting to today's technology. In the future, AI, quantum computing, robotics, and Gen Z already knows how to operate all of it. This will create countless new angles and creative innovations that Gen Z will pioneer and master. But the mindset around AI usage has to change. If you have 5 mental tasks and you hand 4 off to AI, how many tasks do you have left? 1? Wrong. It should still be 5, because we replace that freed up capacity with a different task. With this mindset, we avoid the widening skill and economic gap of the future. And if we don't shift this mindset soon, the gap between how the world works and how Gen Z operates will only grow wider.